Will Notre Dame go back to the playoffs in 2025? Your answer after this intro. Well, I bet you're glad that intro's over. Or not. Maybe you're excited and your adrenaline's through the roof after watching that intro. So, yes, Notre Dame. Are they going to go back to the playoffs? Well, let's go with the schedule first. They play at Miami, a good Miami team. Cam Ward left for the NFL, of course. He was drafted. So you know what? Benefit of the doubt. I give Notre Dame a win at Miami, Florida. Close game. Well, maybe not close, but whatever. They win 38-24. That's just a shot in the dark, of course. Does scores? I mean, a win's a win. That's the main thing. Then they have a bye. Then they play Texas A&M at home. I think they're going to win that game, and it's going to be another close game, 21-16. Then they play Purdue, not necessarily a really strong team, but I think they find a way to win. Like last year was like 66-0 or 66-7 or 60, something like that. They scored 60 on them, so they might put up a 50 burger on them and rout them. Then they play at Arkansas. A couple new opponents this year. I don't think they've ever they probably played Arkansas a long time ago, but it's been a long time. At Arkansas, look, an SEC team it's hard. It's tough to play out there. When they find a way to win 34-19. Then they play Boise State. I think it's the first ever matchup with Boise State. That has to be the first ever matchup with Boise State. But Boise State's going to go in there, and it's going to be a tough game, but they find a way to win. 2 touchdowns, maybe a touchdown. It'll probably be close. And, 34-27. NC State comes into town. The Wolfpack come into town. And Notre Dame finds a way to win. 27-10. USC comes into town, and they've been dominating the last few years. Like I say, I think last year was a blowout. Actually, it was like 49-30 or something, 49-34, 35, something like that, where they played them in the last game of the year. USC scored a few late touchdowns, and I think it's going to be much like the same. They win, they find a way to win, and then they have a bye. Then they play at Boston College, a rivalry. They beat Boston College, but that'll be a close game. That might actually be one of the closer games of the year. They win. New Navy comes into town. They beat Navy, and they find a way to beat Navy pretty handily. Then at the Pitt Panthers, they play at Pittsburgh. They win. They stay undefeated at this point. They do, and they win. And they're at this point they're 10-0. So yeah. And upset of the year, Syracuse comes into Notre Dame Stadium, and they find a way to upset Notre Dame. Look, It's very hard to go undefeated. Look, last year they were supposed to go undefeated and lost to Northern Illinois. And that was the second game of the year. They just had a really bad game. It was sloppy, I guess. I didn't like I say, my friend's more of a Notre Dame fan. He probably remembers it. It was a sloppy game for them. So they at this point they got a lot of talent, and when they have a lot of talent, they can lose focus. And I think Syracuse will be an upset. Syracuse will win at Notre Dame, but they'll bounce back and beat Stanford convincingly at Stanford to go 11-1. And I say they do make the college playoff, the Gridiron playoffs, and they go to the playoffs again, 11-1. Like I say, it's a prediction, and it's free. It's a free channel, and if you made it this far, if you watched the whole video, thank you. You all have a great day now.